Car for a couple months. I just really had to do this video. I'm not done with the body. Although, as you can see, got a lot of work to go. I got the interior stripped. But from the time that I bought this car, I stripped this engine down, pulled out all the wire harnesses, redid all the splices, checked all the connections, checked all the sensors, cleaned everything out, cleaned the inside of the engine, the whole gas treatment thing, the whole motor flush with the oil treatment, new plugs, gapped it where they need to be gapped, cleaned the turbo out, serviced everything, painted everything as you can see. Just got a couple little details to go. Let's put some shit back together. There's a couple things that I really don't want in here that I don't need. Some things I got to do better, like this radiator support. This is a nice piece of aluminum that I cut out, and it pretty much fits where I wanted to, but I'm not happy with the way it looks here. I didn't make my cuts perfect the first time. This radiator, where I had the radiator sitting before and I had everything measured out nicely, when I went and do all the pipes for the intercooler, I ended up having to move the radiator to the side, so it kind of changed a couple things, but it's definitely strong and sturdy and it serves the purpose. But to the eye for looks, it's definitely not the best for cosmetics. What I'd want to do is probably, I'm just going to take this shit out, this strip here, and just use another strip of aluminum. This is like an L bracket, so I'll just make another piece and butt it to this one, at least that way everything looks uniform. These coils are off a Corvette, whatever year it is. It's like I think early 2000. These coils, I got 650cc injectors off a WRX, which, by the way, I just bought one yesterday there. I got a lot of work to do on that one yet. I did import and polish the throttle body because it's going to change a lot of things. And even though this has an Apex air tuner, it's probably not gonna right now the car is sitting at 560 horsepower, so I don't think I need to get all up into port and polishing anything here. For as much power as it is for a front wheel drive car, I can't even apply all that much power anyways. I got way more power than what I need, unless I was to put slicks in the front, and I'm really not trying to drive this to the ground to where I need a rebuild. I'm gonna just babysit it from where it is and take care of it. 500 horsepower for a front wheel drive car with 18 pounds of boost is good enough. If this motor was stock, or I had like a 6 or a 10-pound turbo, I might want to do those kinds of things, port and polish to get it going. But for the most part, most of the internals are turbo ready internals. The springs, the cam, forged pistons, whatever kind of rings it is they throw in there and shit. Timing, it's got upgraded timing in there. It's got the underdrive pulley. Is it a pulley right there? The compressor's there, but I'm not used to the association of air conditioning with cars running boost like this. Usually you just automatically sacrifice the air conditioning for performance. So plus it's not an everyday car. This is definitely not your daily driver. This is more like you do your oil changes up to spec. Your fucking filter is clean. Your gas is high octane. You got your plugs gapped properly and they're not burnt yet. If you were drag racing this car, you probably got like about 10 runs before you got to get new spark plugs. And if it was a daily driver, after like every 1,000 miles, you need new spark plugs and an oil change. So this is definitely not the kind of car you want for a daily driver. Seats are good. Seats are good. Just the yellow. The yellow's kind of going a little bit, but it's in good condition. It's not like dry rotted or anything. I'll probably end up doing something with the yellow. If I don't just fix it or touch it up, I'll just have it reupholstered in a different color. Dash is good, no cracks. The headliner is dirty as fuck, but it's just fabric. These headliners, you can just drop them. drop and peel the fabric off. You go over it with a wire brush to get all the loose insulation to fall off. You vacuum it and you respray it with some nice material. I might do some black imitation leather and then maybe stencil off like a spec V or some shit, you know, SER, you know, spray paint it with like red and white or gold, whatever the fuck looks good at the time, you know? This shit looking right. And these gauges just fucking slapped on, they really ain't, they're doing their job, but it ain't like the best fit, you know? So I'm definitely taking that out, I'm changing that out. You know, looking sporty with the steering wheel. Got deep Paxi air tuner over there. Just throwing in there. I got this shit stripped out, so got the off and on switch for the fan right there. But once this interior is put back together, you know, everything is gonna go back where it needs to go. I'll put the radio in. And I threw some speakers in here. I'm not gonna put a stereo system. I'm not, like I said, this ain't a daily driver. You're meant to show this shit off, fucking erase it, show some people off, show them they can't touch you, you know, and put it back in the garage.